I gave myself just 7 days to create a whole new update for Minecraft. This update includes a bunch of brand new features, including an overhauled biome, a new biome actually, a mob, and a very cool and unique item, as well as a bunch of new building blocks. Hello you beautiful internet people, my name is Gecko and welcome back to another video. So yes, I made my own update in just 7 days. Because why not, honestly? Why not? I'm not gonna hold you up, so let's just get into this video. So we are going to start out with the brand new biome that I added, since it also contains some new blocks. This is the Quiver Forest, a new region that will spawn inside of your deserts. Quiver trees are actually a type of plant that enjoys growing in dry areas, and they can actually get quite tall, up to 9 meters in real life. And so we had to reflect that tall height in the game as well. I'll try and remember to add a picture on the screen. So as you can see, these trees are actually made up out of 3 main parts. First up, we actually have the quiver stem block. Then we have then we have the smaller bits of quiver stem, and then at the very top we just have these cool little leaves. These guys are actually quite cool. You can see that they'll basically just take on the shape of whatever orientation I'm placing them on. So as you can see, they will automatically connect pretty much just like fences. Now these quiver leaves also double as a sapling. So if I just grab some bone meal and apply it onto this leaf, you can see that a brand new quiver tree will spawn. And yeah, all of their varieties are inside of there, even though I somehow got 2 of the same ones. Can I get it? Okay, there is a different one. I almost thought I discovered a new bug there. Now, as you can see, these quiver leaves will generate all over the floor of this region, along with another block, the dried grass. And it's pretty much exactly what it says on the tin. It is grass that had died. Because I don't know if you've ever seen like actual African or like dry area grass, but they're not actually green, they're definitely more yellowish. So this should be a bit more accurate of what grass that would actually look like if they grew in the desert. Now these thin pieces of quiver stem actually have a very unique purpose that the name kind of hints towards, so I'll show that to you a bit later on in this video. And trust me, it's actually quite cool. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Now all of the desert type of biomes, including the Quiver Forest, is actually home to a brand new mob. You may have just seen one right there. Look at this guy. This is the desert shark. And if you don't watch out, you may end up becoming its prey. Now, if you look very carefully, you may be able to tell that there is actually a mob hiding here. And this is the desert shark. Now this mob's whole thing is the fact that it will lay in the sand and camouflage itself, waiting for an unsuspecting player to pass by. Now just exactly what do you think will happen when you walk over this guy? Well, let me actually demonstrate to you. So come here little guy, let's see if it will try to lay a trap. And if I walk over it, yeah, if I were in survival mode, I would be suffocating right now, because it will drag you down underneath the sand for you to suffocate, and so that it can consume your flesh later on. So let's see if I can find this guy again. And if we spawn into a rabbit, why are you guys moving around so much now? If I just place down a unsuspecting rabbit, or not, I guess you can just walk over there instead. But it will jump up and bite the rabbit before submerging itself under the ground and resetting its trap. I'm actually very happy with how they turned out. They really do have a unique feel to them, and I can't wait to see people actually use them to make like traps and stuff. Because yeah, being able to drag a player, or any entity for that matter, beneath the ground could make for some pretty cool traps, as well as some secret base entrances. So yeah, here is a nice close-up shot of the desert shark. It's currently playing its walking animation, so ignore the flapping, but as you can see, it's quite cool. It's almost like a weird combination of like a Bulbasaur and a turtle, and then you got the guardian tail. It's weird, okay? Now onto the Savanna. And as you can see, it is looking quite different. New blocks, new structures. But wait, what's this? Oh, I made a typo there. But yeah, I just want to ask that if you have made it up until this point in the video, to maybe consider subscribing and even leaving a like. It really helps out the channel and allows me to make these cool add-ons for you guys to enjoy for free. Now back to the actual video. There's a lot going on here, so let's get going. So just like in the desert, the dry grass will also spawn here. So it's a bit more true to the actual like color of grass, like I mentioned earlier. So I enhanced the color of the actual like grass and foliage to be more in line with the colors of like actual African landscape, as well as the water, which is a bit more blue towards the surface. But as you can see, it still has that nice dark blue area the lower it goes. But the actual surface of the Savanna has also changed. Notably, we actually make use of the new packed mud block, which I think has a really cool texture that fits in perfectly with this vibe I'm going for, as well as a new block called the strata. I think that's how you pronounce it, or the strata. I have no clue. I speak very basic English, help me.
Strata.
So yeah, this is basically a new type of stone that will spawn, and it is also directional. So as you can see, you can rotate this and make some weird floor patterns, although I am personally very fond of this top texture. I think it looks quite smooth and I just like it. So you can see the process of changing up the colors and just enhancing the generation with some more interesting blocks and textures really made the Savanna stand out a lot more, and I just think it looks really pretty. But in the distance, you may have also noticed a new block that I haven't mentioned yet. And there's actually one right next to me, and there's one up there as well. Let's go to this larger one. I think it looks a bit prettier. But this is the Termite Hills. Now African termites, or mound building termites, actually build these extremely large mounds. Like seriously, Google it. It's actually insane how big these things get. So naturally I had to translate this into the game somehow. And this is how these mounds were born. Now the cool thing about these mounds is actually the fact that they're not just static structures that I built and placed in here. No. If I grab one of these and place it down somewhere, just place one down over here, or actually over here instead, it will actually expand on its own over time. So if I just increase the random tick speed of the game to make it happen a little bit faster, you can see that it will start to expand and grow on itself. And I think this one actually stopped at a very small size. So let's try this again with a different one. Come on. Are you kidding? Okay, there it goes. Yeah, there it goes. Yep. They basically vary in size. So all of the ones that you will see naturally generate in the world are actually generated through the same mechanism that will get placed like this. Oh, this one's turning out very interesting. Let's actually turn the tick speed back to normal. This one's it's a very interesting shape. But yeah, as you can see, it will generate these cool looking mounds once you place them down. And as you can see, they will generate some very interesting shapes as well. I mean, look at this thing, and this was naturally generated with the system. You've got these two separate peaks and a nice wide base that actually got generated completely naturally. I just thought that was very cool. But I haven't even mentioned the best parts about these Termite Hills, because you see, if I actually go into survival mode, then you'll see that if I break this without any tool, we'll get dirt. But we also have a chance to get sand. So this is actually a renewable source of sand and dirt. And obviously you can use a silk touch pickaxe and that will give you the physical item. But otherwise you can just farm them like this and obtain a bunch of sand and dirt for your builds. And now we have finally reached the part of the video that I'm going to show you the new item that I was talking about earlier. So before me we have a crafting bench, and in here I can actually craft a brand new item called the Quiver, an empty quiver to be more specific. Now this item's main functionality requires that you place it inside of your offhand slot, and as you can see, it will actually get equipped onto your skin. My cape's in the way, let me fix this. Okay, one cape removal later, and you can see it on my back right over there. And you can actually load this thing up with up to 4 stacks of arrows. So all you need to do is to select some arrows, and then if you sneak, it will actually get loaded in, and you can see we have 64 out of 256. And the cool thing is, this works for half stacks, and it will max out and only actually put the amount of arrows into the quiver that will fit into there. So as you can see, I can try to put these extra 44 in there, but that just won't happen. Whoa, that was very up close and personal. Now, another small little feature of the quiver that probably like 2% of players will actually care about, if it is that much, is I actually made it so that the position of the strap on your back and chest will actually become larger if you equip some armor. So as you can see, the quiver strap will actually show up on top of your armor, so you can show it off, and you will look very snazzy and adventurous with your armor and your quiver. I mean, if we hold a bow, I mean, just look at this. Does this not look epic? So let's say I'm in a combat situation and I'm shooting about, then, well, I don't really have time to open up my inventory and to remove a stack of arrows from the quiver. So instead, what this thing will do is to, I don't know how to describe it other than to hot reload your arrow supply. So basically, if I shoot an arrow, you'll basically see that it will get replenished, and you can see we now have 254 arrows in our quiver, 253, and so on, but our arrow supply will continue to be replenished. And naturally, if I go ahead and collect these arrows, I can place all of them back into the quiver again by just holding them and sneaking, and now they're back inside of the quiver again. How cool is that? Obscure overrated meme reference. And I missed. But yes, my friends, this will conclude this video. I hope that you guys did enjoy it. Like with all my add-ons, you can find the download for this in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and to subscribe if you are new around here. It really helps out a lot and I appreciate it greatly. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see all of you again in the future with a brand new video. Cheers!